deeper look at the federal indictment involving former school leaders from Limestone County. Former Athens and Limestone County superintendents, along with 4 others, will virtually appear in court for the first time next week. They're accused of stealing around $7 million in state education funds through an elaborate scheme that involved enrolling full-time private school students into their online learning systems. Way 31's Alexis Torres-Perez joins us live in studio. She spoke to the state superintendent today about why parents should still trust the system.
The scheme in Athens and Limestone County was uncovered thanks to the current oversight system in place. The state superintendent said he couldn't go into specifics without getting into the investigation. But there's one thing he wants parents and everyone to know. The system works.
We're always disappointed when we see the people's trust violated.
State Superintendent Dr. Eric Mackey says when people don't follow the rules, it's going to come to light. That's because of the oversight and protections in place.
We're going to always be working as hard as we can to make sure that everybody is honest and transparent and doing what they're supposed to do.
There are several layers of oversight, starting with the local level to the State Board of Education and Alabama Department of Examiners of Public Accounts. There's even some federal oversight to make sure funding is being used correctly, making it nearly impossible to misuse funds without facing consequences.
Probably 99.999 times out of 100, when people do that, they are going to be caught.
Dr. Mackey says there isn't much they can do to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future.
We can't ask the legislature, hey, pass a bill, or the state school board pass a rule that says that school bookkeepers can't misuse funds. Those rules are already in place. That doesn't mean that people may not at some times not follow those rules.
But he wants people to know that there are people out there who are doing the right thing.
There are literally tens of thousands of educators across the state today that woke up and went to work to educate children and have the best interests of those children at heart. There are many school administrators and school finance people who are doing the right thing, making sure that every nickel is accounted for and that there's full transparency along the way.
And assures everyone that the system in place does work.
It may not work as quickly. You know, the old saying that the wheels of justice turn slowly. So it may not work as quickly as people sometimes want, but the oversight system in place works. It clearly worked this time.
The 6 people who were federally indicted in this scheme will have a virtual arraignment hearing on March the 4th. The state superintendent, along with others involved in the investigation, says the indictment was only the first step in a long legal process. Alex Torres-Perez, Way 31 News.